kind of my, favorite kind of film directors, and I kind of like, what they do. So basically, I guess with those influences, I kind of, just plugged away. And art has always kind of influenced me. Do you get what I mean? Whether it be film or music or theatre or whatever. I've always kind of enjoyed kind of surrounding myself around different mediums and seeing how it kind of changes me, what effect it has on me, and then kind of take that back to the studio and see what I come with, and that's more or less the way I work. There has to be kind of a huge presence of influence, art that kind of like is really challenging and kind of gets you thinking. So I guess that was my journey.
So Amit, I couldn't help but notice that when it comes to how you actually go about releasing your music, you tend to deviate from the certain standard trends that go on. Would you care to share your philosophy behind that?
Well, for me, it's always been about good music. If it's good music, it will do well. And I think the music industry has kind of proven that. I kind of don't kind of do the whole kind of, over promotion, I know especially now there's a lot of that, you get what I mean, like online, there's a huge presence of kind of, over promoting a kind of an LP or a 12 that's going to come out. So for me, it's always kind of just been about kind of just do what you're doing and, just keep supplying it to the blood supplier of the industry, work with your record label and, have a strategy in place whereby the people who really love your music can obtain it. And I've always kind of, sat down and worked with Commercial Suicide, and it's great to kind of have a label that kind of, shares your understanding as well. I wouldn't say that it's a philosophy. I would just say it's just how I naturally kind of operate, and how I work with Suicide to get my music out into people's hands the most natural possible way.
How did this album come about? Is there a story behind it? And I was also wondering, is there any significance to the name?
Well, the story of this album is when I finished Never Ending in 2006, I kind of took a bit of a break and just wanted to kind of venture and kind of experience working with different mediums, whether they be film, theatre and music as well. And I kind of like met different people, worked on different projects, and so 9 times was kind of, a bit of each kind of medium that I kind of worked with, and it kind of all came together naturally. The title for the LP, 9 times, came about in a strange way. As a child, I was always kind of told that 9 is a good and lucky number for me. This was by various people in India, in actual fact. I worked on a track that I wanted some vocals put on, and the vocalist Rani wrote up her lyrics, and once we recorded the track, listening to it over and over, I suddenly noticed that 9 had kind of taken quite a presence, and as 9 has kind of always kind of followed me in various ways, it was kind of fitting to kind of use. So I stuck with 9.
So it looks like 9 times is really shaping up to be something to look forward to. Couple questions. Could you maybe tell us a bit about the formats that it's going to be available in?
The release formats for 9 times are you can get the deluxe pack, which is the title track 9 times on a 12-inch shrink wrapped with the CD album. Then there's the CD on its own for people that just want to purchase a CD. And then there's the digital download. And I think with that you get four extra tracks. I know a lot of people will ask and say, how come there's not any more vinyl? Well, I sat down with Suicide and we had a lengthy conversation about how to kind of deliver this. And we came to the conclusion that we wanted to kind of get this into as many people's hands as possible. As much as there's vinyl purists who are out there that buy everything on vinyl, most people, listen to music on their iPod or listen to music online or digitally in a car, so we kind of wanted to get this to as many people directly as possible. And also as well, bear in mind the current state of the recession on right now. We thought we'd kind of make a pack that's affordable for everyone, and then whichever you like you can choose. So those are the options.
So I guess my next question for you would be, why the live PA thing? Why not just DJ like everybody else?
Well, in 2005 I kind of had built quite a catalogue of music. I had my album around the corner, and I guess I'd always see people playing my music, but I kind of, in my mind always knew how I would kind of piece all these pieces together, because they're all linked. All the tracks that I make are kind of a question and answer, and so on. And I wanted to kind of, go out on the road and do what I do in the studio, but I guess more in a live sense. But prior to that, I had a conversation with Randall, who was initially gonna teach me how to, work the trickery and show me the art of DJing. But then I kind of, paused and thought, I'm not a DJ, and I kind of don't want to rob you for your art form. I know there's, many producers that release a couple of records and then just start DJing, but for me, DJing is an art, and sadly it's something that we kind of don't see nowadays, the real DJ's DJ. So I guess in some ways that conversation with Randall and me taking the decision to kind of utilize all the skills that I've kind of gained in the last so many years, and I guess just taking those out onto the road and in a live sense, delivering what I do to a crowd in the way I want it delivered.
So speaking of your live PA, first and foremost, I'd like to thank you for the awesome show you put on in Toronto last weekend. And on that note, I was wondering, are there any memorable gigs that you've played in the past, and why?
There's been many memorable gigs. One was a gig in Japan, in Tokyo, which was, a great gig run by the New Type Boys. A gig in Holland was a festival, and I played after Sonic Youth. Sonic Youth being having a huge influence on me. To share the same stage as them was, for me, quite an achievement. It's strange how you ask this question, because you always remember the most recent gigs. There was a gig in Poland, run by Minimum Maximum. The gig was in a art gallery in Lublin. Great visuals, great crowd, great hospitality in actual fact. It was a good night. And then most recent, in your hometown, obviously, Toronto, Orcs Events put on a great night, and I really enjoyed that. Great crowd, a real intelligent crowd. That was a great night. So I have to say a big thank you to Morris for setting that up, and yourself as well. Good times.
Well, I'd like to thank you for taking the time to answer these few questions for us. And I was wondering, is there anything else you might like to add, talk about, any shout outs?
Well, I guess firstly I'd like to thank everyone and anyone that turned up to the Yorks Events gig. Thanks for coming. Big shout to Morris and yourself for setting that one up, and the DJs as well that played that night as well, and MCJD, what a man.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to sneak in one last question. Basically, out of your entire discography over the years, is there any pieces of music that really stood out for you or had any kind of personal meaning or significance?
There's a couple. The one that comes to mind is the track Immigrants. I kind of made that after a conversation that I had at home with my parents, and them telling me, how it was coming into a country with nothing and setting things up, and all the stories that kind of went with that in terms of, local people not welcoming me. So with all that kind of knowledge and that kind of vibe, kind of went in and made that. So that track kind of always reminds me of immigration.
Well, on that note, Amit, I'd like to thank you for taking the time to do this little interview with us. And I was wondering if you care to, do the little send-off, introduce the last track we're about to play.
I'd like to thank everyone that's tuned in for this interview, and everyone that turned up to the gig last week. The track you're about to listen to is 9 Times. It's the title track from the LP, and you can get it from all good music outlets next week. Thanks for listening.
to The Prophecy on 89.5 FM, CIUT Radio. Myself, Gremlinz, holding it down until 10 o'clock in the PM. I want to send a big shout out to Amit. Thank you for taking some time off to do a little interview with us. Big shout out to Maurice. Send a shout out to the co-hosts. That's Prime, Marcus, Mr. Brown. Big up Agent Dre and Dino. Yeah, sending this one out to King and his missus. Big up Silo. Shouts to Frisky. A big shout to Mr. Rene LaVice. Juan. Big up Omar. Shout to Frankie Guns. Big shout out to my cousin Vinny. Big up BTK, big up Meth. It gets rough sometimes. No VIP. Originals out on hardware. Shout out to Clayton. Shout out to Yoko. Shout out to Scott, aka Cold Fusion. Big up Manifest, big up Verb. Wrestler fam. Those of you just tuning in, you're listening to The Prophecy on 89.5 FM, CIUT Radio. Myself, Gremlinz, hosting till 10 o'clock in the PM. Out of that, Into This, Snorkel, the remix. Big shouts to Ruckspin, shouts to Victor Circle, shouts to Spy. Into This, something courtesy of myself, that's Gremlinz, alongside Aspect and Frisky, thing called Nail Gun. Big shouts to King, listening in. Shouts to his boy BV, shouts to his missus. I want to send out a big shout to the Broken Audio crew. Shout out to Skeptical, DBR, Jack Robinson.
If you don't love yourself, who is living through your eyes? Let us think. You know. to love. Force try to love. Wake up!
The grand prize draws are approaching. They'll be happening on CIUT 89.5 FM live on Thursday, May 26th at 1 p.m. Be sure to pay your donation before May 23rd for your chance to win 2 round-trip flights to London, England, courtesy of Canadian Affair, a 1-year pass to Lula Lounge, or a cheese and wine party for 10 people, courtesy of Good Food Revolution. Pay online or come in to pay your pledge. CIUT office hours will be extended Monday to Friday, 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. up until the deadline. Our secure server and more information can be found at www.ciut.fm. Thank you for all your support.
CIUT can now be heard on channel 946 through Rogers Digital Cable.
The great program you enjoy each day on CIUT 89.5 FM is made possible by you. CIUT is listener-supported radio. Visit us online at ciut.fm.
Back in this. Just want to plug a couple of events. On Thursday, June 2nd, Grindhouse Sessions presents an exclusive opera from Cause for Concern at C4C of the Virus recordings, Renegade Hardware, Red Light fame from all the way from the UK. Basically, Grindhouse Sessions is bringing that to you at Nocturne, 550 Queen Street West, and that's basically Queen and Bathurst. It's $5 before 11, $10 thereafter. Also supported by myself, Gremlinz, NC17 Grims, hosted by Danger D. Second room has dubstep, featuring an exclusive debut dubstep set by MC17. Also featuring Maxim. And this is at Nocturne. Be sure to come check that. Also on Friday, June 17th, Ground in Space present Whoosh featuring Marcus Intellects. And this is at Suba Lounge, 292 College Street. It's a 19 plus event. Supported by, once again, myself, Gremlinz, Mr. Brown, Agent Dre, DJ Six, and LBMC. $20 advance tickets are available at your regular outlets and your regular scalpers. So that's Play the Record. Or you can get them online at yoosh.ca. That's YOOSH.ca. That's Ground Space presents Yoosh, Friday, June 17th at Suba Lounge, featuring Marcus Intellects. Sounds of J Magic in the background. Something forthcoming on Metalheads. A tune called Old Heads. Personal favorite at the moment. And for those of you tuning in, you're listening to The Prophecy on 89.5 FM, CIUT Radio. And on June 30th, Element 5 presents The Deep, featuring Alex Perez, all the way from the UK, and that's at Faces nightclub. Address for that is 224 Richmond Street West. And supporting cast is Lush and Diligence, myself, Gremlinz, and NC-17, hosted by Tragedy and Bandit. On the rooftop patio, you have Mandelephant, Billionaire, Mr. Charlton, and Mowgli. You can get $15 early bird tickets at wanttickets.com or Play the Record or Soundscapes. It's going to be more at the door. the show. I want to thank y'all for tuning in. You've been listening to The Prophecy on 89.5 FM, CIUT Radio, myself, Gremlinz, hosting. Before I go, I want to plug one more thing. It's on Friday, June 3rd. Soul Emotion presents Sigma out of the UK. That's the Aurum Room. Supported by locals DJ Spins. It's also his birthday set. Scott Free, Mr. Brown. And that's at the Aurum Room, 281 Richmond Street West. There are $20 advance tickets available. More at the door. For those of you that are balling, you can go for your $100 bottle service. Just email info@spinzcycle.com. That's SPINZCYCLE.com. More information at TorontoJungle.com or on Facebook. One last thing. On June 10th, B&E and DTX presents Lust Summer Raga Sessions. That's at Lily, which is 656 College Street. Ladies free before 11, only $5 after. Guys 5 before 11, 10 after. That's featuring Marcus Visionary, Saigon back-to-back with P.Ill, Red Lion, Detox, and DJ Lauda, hosted by Caddy Cad. Be sure to check that as well. That's Lust, June 10th at Lily Lounge. And it's that time. This is going to be the last one for myself. Something courtesy of Toronto's own Mutt. Also with Generic and featuring Kevin King on the vocals. Big shouts to Mutt and Kevin King. I just want to tell everybody enjoy the rest of the long weekend. Have a good one. Gremlinz signing off. Be easy.